Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. For everyone else, welcome back. I am in a book hangover from last week. I didn't do any reading at all yesterday on Friday. It is Saturday, almost 6 p.m. and I'm going to try to convince myself to read some. Currently, I am reading The Castle in the Cloister by Laura Weymouth. This one, we are following 3 characters. Let me see if I can get their names. We're following a apostate queen. We're following a priest and a nun. Those aren't the names that they have in the book, but essentially that's what they are. Let's see. I just want to see the title details. There it is. Okay. So we are following Fia, who is a postulant. She's not officially a nun. They're called Sorias, S-O-R-I-A, Soria. And they are essentially like the nuns. They've pledged themselves to the gods or goddesses, and there are 3 main ones. We have the sun, the moon, and the stars. That's the 3 that they worship. So Fia is in the last stronghold of our Honoria's sun goddess, and she is trying to find safety and protection for her and her daughter. They have left her hometown. She left when she was pregnant with her daughter. And the Mother Superior, Matia, I can't remember the exact word, but essentially the Superior Mother has sent her on a mission. It's supposed to be a 3-day mission. So she has gone on this. And it turns out this mission is to go see Ariana, who is the apostate queen. She originally was a Soria and left the order to marry the king. And her whole goal is to make peace between Honoria, her country, and Inver, this other one of the bordering countries. And then we have a Inver priest. No, wait, that's not right. Ariana must be part of Honoria. No. Okay, sorry, no, I have it mixed up. Alright, so Ariana is part of Honoria. Her king is king of Honoria. And his brother is an Inver priest who was blinded by the king during their fight for the throne, and he's pretty bitter about it. And his bitterness can lead Honoria to prosperity or to ruin. And we're going to see where it actually goes. So these 3 lives are intertwined together, and so it's quite interesting seeing where this is going. But it is also very world building heavy. I'm really enjoying it while I'm reading it, but I'm having a hard time wanting to read. And this is where the book hangover is playing in, I think, because I don't want to read. I keep picking up my phone and scrolling Instagram or scrolling YouTube or scrolling Facebook Reels, and I'm not actually reading. So we're going to try to kind of reset during this week and get this book done. Originally last week I had 3 books I wanted to read all during the week because I either had book club. One was for book club on August 4th. The other 2 were released on August 4th, and I have e-arcs. So I was trying to get everything done by the 4th. That did not happen. I did get book club book read, and I started The Castle and the Cloister, but I have not done Hawk and Sparrow yet. So we're gonna try and strive this week. I want to get The Castle and the Cloister done. I want to get Hawk and Sparrow done. And then I want to kind of use Fever Dream as a palette cleanser. So there's my goal for the week. 3 books. It's Saturday night. Realistically, this can be done. It just depends on how much I'm reading. So, the Castle and the Cloister is 19 hours. I am currently, does it tell me? I'm 28-ish% in. So we're gonna try to get this done, and I will just check in soon. Alright, I am now halfway through The Castle and the Cloister. I don't know. This book, the biggest problem I'm having with this book is, one, I had so much mixed up. So Honoria is the country, and then inside that country are different groups. And I thought Honoria and Inver are against each other. I don't know. I'm not explaining this well. Alright, I am now halfway through The Castle and the Cloister, and I misunderstood one of the things in the book, and that is Honoria and Inver are opposing groups, or they're not the same group. I thought that it seemed like everything was taking place in Honoria, I guess, is how I thought. But that's not true. So, we are going to kind of back up. So, our Thea, she's a postulant, not a Saria yet. But she normally lives at the cloister, but has been sent on a mission by the Maitreya the mother superior creature or character, not creature. And they are part of Honoria. And she's actually been sent to Inver, where the king is married to an apostate queen. The queen was part of this Honoria, or of an Honoria cloister, but not to this goddess. She was to the goddess of the stars, not the sun, which is where Fia's from. So there's a lot of moving parts, and I think all of this confusion with who is what, or who is with what group, and who's against whom, is leading to me not wanting to continue reading. Because when I sit down and I get a good chunk done, like today I read for 45 minutes straight, so I got probably 50 pages, I started pulling things together. Whereas when I was listening before, I would read like 10 pages and then have to take a break and then come back. And so I think that's led to my not enjoying this book as much, because the writing is well done. The characters are enjoyable characters, and for the most part, I understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. But I don't think I was reading enough in one sitting to let the book get its claws into me. So, I have my own personal sprints set up. I'm not streaming them or anything right now. I just have a sprint screen, a Pomodoro type session going with Spirit City, and I'm just reading right now. So I am going to get back to it, and I will check in soon, hopefully with this book really blowing me away, because right now I'm probably sitting at about 3.5 to 4 stars, and it's not really the book's fault. So I will check in very soon. Well, I finished The Castle and the Cloister last night. The last half of the book was so much more enjoyable for me. Now, again, I think this had a huge reason for that is because I just sat down and read. I didn't get interrupted. I only took breaks after longer term, things like that. So I read yesterday from 42% to the end of the book and greatly enjoyed it. So now I have to go back and correct some misunderstandings on my part. So I was originally correct in saying that Honoria is the continent, or is the land in the main setting. The Invers are the ones who rule Honoria. So when they say Inver, when they say Honoria, they basically are using them interchangeably. So Honoria, Inver, that all cleared up in my head and was I don't even remember what I was saying there. I got distracted. All right, so as I said, really enjoyed the last half. The first 40% felt a lot like character building, world building, things like that. And then after the 50% mark, for sure, we really get into this we get into the main plot of it. So really slow for me to get into, but I really, really enjoyed it. So that being said, it's time for my next read. So last week, I thought that the other book released on August 4th was Blightful by Brandon Sanderson and Nancy something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Then I thought it was Hawk and Sparrow, and I don't remember who the author is. And I was wrong again. So, neither Blightful, neither Hawk and Sparrow, but I am going to read Alchemy of Souls. This one takes place at a school, which is great because of the video I have coming out this week that's that's focusing on back to school reads. So, Alchemy of Souls by Adriana Mather. It says Grayson Stone is no stranger to deception. Under the watchful eye of his uncle, the High Chancellor, he's been well trained in all 4 types of magic, all while secretly working against his uncle's corrupt rule. Years of plans depend on him being marked gifted during his university entrance exam, proving that he is the perfect heir and gaining his uncle's trust. Unfortunately, things don't go as planned, and he has only one person to blame, Eloise Belrose. She's raised by a family of laborers. She's the most unlikely student to become a mage, but through hard work and long hours spent practicing, she's finally admitted to the prestigious University of Magical Arts, guaranteeing safety and security for her whole family, until things go very wrong, and she somehow becomes magically linked to Grayson Stone, the school's arrogant, annoyingly attractive golden boy, putting not only her university acceptance, but also her and her family's lives at risk. So, this very much feels like it's sounds like it's a enemies to lovers. It is multiple narrators, it looks like. Narrated by Caitlin Kelly and Stacy Corlin. So, we're going to give this one a shot. I'm really excited to try this and see where it goes, and see if I can throw a new book on my video later this week. So I will check in soon. Good morning, everyone. So it's been a couple days since I've updated. I did not do any reading at all on Tuesday. I just, between doing other things that I needed to do, I just didn't feel like it. I grabbed my book and I was like, I'm gonna listen to this, and then I didn't, and I just played games. But last night I figured out with Alchemy of Souls, I'm able to play Pal World and listen, at least right now. Some of that may be because I've gotten a good grasp on Pal World, so it's not needing as much of my attention and focus to keep doing things, but whatever the reason, I am enjoying getting to listen and play, so that I don't have to make a choice between reading and playing a game with my husband. So Tuesday, no reading. Wednesday, though, I got from 15 to 58%. So that's what, 40, yeah, no, 38%, 30 something percent read. Math is not mathing right now. But I left my camera upstairs last night, and so did not update you guys. But I did write down a few of the thoughts that I had during or last night before I went to bed, so that I didn't forget anything. We have Grayson and Eloise. I'm really enjoying especially Eloise's character. She's very relatable, at least for me. She's the poor kid who has gotten into this school by hard work, whereas Grayson is the kid who everything's been given to him on a silver platter. And some of that is Grayson is the nephew of the chancellor of the school. But there are a lot of things that are going on in here. I really love Eloise's gumption. There's one point where Grayson does a spell simply because he thinks he's more powerful than she is, and she even admits that in the case of this, she probably couldn't have done that spell, but it was just the assumption that kind of rubbed her wrong, and so she added a spell to it, and it really made me laugh. And then Eloise is pretty consistent so far in her mannerisms and her feelings toward Grayson, although she's starting to kind of warm up to him. And then we have Grayson, who 1 minute is a complete jerk, and then the next is being super nice, and it's kind of throwing her for a loop a little bit. But so my thoughts last night after reading is Uncle Stone, Chancellor Stone, is very suspicious to me, so I'm keeping my eye on him. But I'm looking at this, and I don't know if this one's going to be a series, but I am suspecting that Grayson is not as honest with Eloise as he should be. And I think that there are things going on that when they come to light, that it's really going to shatter Eloise's trust. So we're going to keep reading and see how the book continues. Again, I'm at 58%, so the next update will probably be at the end, so I don't give anything away. But I'm definitely enjoying it. So I'm going to get back to reading, and I'll check in soon. Alright, so it's 11 or almost 11 o'clock, and I have just finished Alchemy of Souls. That one turned out being really good. I enjoyed the whole thing. It's classified as young adult, but I would warn readers that it's young adult for like 15, 16 plus. There's a few scenes where our main characters get a little carried away in kissing, and it very much shows that they're wanting to go further. Now, these are university students, so that does play a role in it. They are older characters, but young adult is such a wide range that it's kind of one you have to be careful with. So there's a little bit of that, and there's some language in it. So I would say 15, 16 plus for this one, in the young adult range. There is some high school-esque drama, especially with Naomi and Eloise. So that, kind of brings the age, brings that age down a little bit from adult. So I understand why it's put in young adult, but it's older young adult. So overall, really cute book. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I had a great time with it. I really enjoyed it. This one, and it may be because it was YA, I could just listen, and I didn't get lost listening to it even when I was tired, as I am now. So with it being Friday night, I'm gonna end this vlog here, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.